This is probably one of the craziest things I've ever discovered, and that's models of awareness. So there's 7 levels of awareness, and we all operate at different levels. Whichever level you fall at is how you're going to experience life. So what happens at level 6 awareness, and is this where you fall? The truth is, most people believe that they are living life. But the reality is that they are life, and the thought of being separate is only an illusion. Level 6 is the stage of complete oneness and non-duality. This is the stage where the illusion of separation dissolves completely. At this level of awareness, your focus is on unity, transcendence, and pure being. At this stage, awareness no longer identifies with being a person. Instead, you experience yourself as consciousness itself, the observer, the universe. Basically, you're less tapped into being human and more tapped into being. At level 6, you're not chasing purpose. You understand that everything you are is the purpose. Level 1, I exist because I feel my body. Level 2, I exist because others see me. Level 3, I exist because I observe myself. Level 4, I know I exist because I'm a part of something bigger. Level 5, I know I exist because life flows through me. At level 6, nothing has to happen for me to exist. I know intuitively that I am the very source from which existence was made. And this is very deep, so it's going to take some sitting with. Let's look at it this way. At level 3, you realize what I carry inside is what shows up on the outside. At level 4, you realize I'm a part of something bigger. My choices ripple into the whole. At level 5, you realize when I align, life flows through me. I can co-create with God effortlessly. But at level 6, you realize there is no me over here and God over there. So the inner and outer dissolve. It's all one field of awareness. We are the source we seek to understand. It's inside of us, or better yet, we are one. At level 6, you realize that when I'm turning out for a source to help me, I am that same source. I carry the same intelligence and energy of that source that made me. And so my relationship with that source can come from turning in as well. And this is why all those other levels were important, because we went from outside, turning outside, to slowly turning within. And that's the point. But don't get it confused. It is important to seek the outer source, because seeking from the outside is what lets us know that we are connected to a whole. If you stay within, it becomes very individualistic, and it takes away from the fact that we are a part of something bigger. If you're in a toxic situation, at level 1, you'll stay because you need it. At level 2, you'll stay but dress it up to make it look good for others. At level 3, you'll start to wonder how your characteristics influence the relationship. At level 4, you'll entertain it if it serves your purpose. At level 5, you no longer judge if the connection is good or bad. You allow life to flow through you, so you choose naturally whether to stay or leave. Level 6, you realize there is no me versus the relationship. There is nothing to decide or fix. It just is what it is. And that is what it is mindset isn't about being careless or detached or lazy. It's about seeing reality clearly and responding from awareness instead of reaction. Basically, here you have the capacity to simply be aware of what's happening without thinking a specific action has to come with it. The earlier levels gave I have to survive, look good, control, fix, flow. But all those levels were about separation. They were about you trying to manage life. It gave you versus life. When you realize you are life, there's nothing to control. You just be. Here, we can see situations clearly as they are without resisting it or judging it. And so with that clarity and awareness, our responses come naturally and aligned. They are not reactive and don't have to be thought out. They just arise naturally, and we allow ourselves to flow with them. At this stage, we believe there's no longer anything to figure out. At level 6, we realize God and I are not two things. I am not reacting to life. At this point, I am life expressing itself. And therefore, what comes about being at this stage is naturally aligned with the flow of everything. So I know I don't have anything to stress about. At level 6, you don't have the desire to blame others when something is wrong. It's not even really about taking accountability yourself. It's about knowing that the world is in a balanced and equal flow. And since I am that flow, everything will always balance itself out for me as well. This is the reason that people that reach these pinnacles of awareness often appear to be careless. They might talk slower, move slower, not react how you expect them to in certain situations, because they have transcended way beyond just the human body and mind. They realize they are life, a reflection of God. So there's nothing that they have to do in their own human strength to shift anything. They are naturally a part of the flow and balance, and all they would have to do is release and allow. It's almost like being in the midst of the sea. You can flail around sporadically in panic, ultimately drowning yourself. Or you can realize that I can just swim. But you can also just lay on your back and become one with the water, float, and have it take you where you need to go. Let's get into some examples. If you're detached but compassionate, you still care but you don't cling, you can help, love, and guide without expecting a specific outcome, you're at a level 6. If you carry the energy of peace, acceptance, trust in the larger flow, you don't take anything personally, you just trust, you're at a level 6. If making decisions feel lighter, you know that the answer is just going to come about. You don't label things as right or wrong, but you recognize them as movements of life unfolding, you're at a level 6. If your biggest focus is spiritual awakening, seeing beyond yourself, releasing control, you're at a level 6. So ask yourself, am I at a level 6? Do I realize that there is no me separate from God? There is no need for me to judge or control or fix. I am the very intelligence that created me, the same as a child created from their parent, a piece of them in their own unique expression. Okay, hope that was digestible. I had to read up on this a lot to really digest it. Love y'all forever. Mwah.